Priya, very dear. He is certainly Jnaninaha to the person in knowledge, Atyartham, highly, Aham, I am, Sahahi, Cha also, Mama, to me, Priya, dear. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada. Of this, one who is in full knowledge and who is always engaged in pure devotional service is the best. For I am very dear to him and he is very dear to me. Free from all contaminations of material desires, the distressed and inquisitive, the penniless and the seeker after supreme knowledge can all become pure devotees. Can become pure devotees. But out of them, he who is in knowledge of the absolute truth and free from all material desires become a really pure devotee of the Lord. And of the four orders, the devotee who is in full knowledge and is at least at the same time engaged in devotional service is, the Lord says, the best. To become knowledgeable and keep his head swollen like a balloon is not the best. He has to exhibit that jnana in form of devotional service. Then and then he will become dear to Lord Shri Krishna. Otherwise, if somebody who is not fully in love of Krishna, he cannot perform all these activities. He may be mentally, absorbed, but that's not enough. So one who is always engaged in pure devotional service because he is in full knowledge of Krishna's divinity is the best. And to him I am very dear, and he is also very dear to me. But out of all this, four people, in the previous verse it is said, Chaturvida bhajante mam janaha sukritino arjuna artha arthartha jnani cha all these four types of people. So Krishna clarifies, who is that jnani? One who is engaged in my devotional service with full knowledge. He is the best. Generally, Mayavadi jnanis are not jnanis because they are not engaged in devotional service. So how could that kind of jnanis be best? If one is really knowledgeable, then he must be fully devoted to Lord Krishna's cause and soul surrendered. By his example, people will learn how to surrender to Krishna. Because he knows, he has experienced, people have to follow him. These are the devotees who are in full knowledge and at the same time engaged in devotional service, the Lord says is the best. By searching after knowledge, one realizes that his self is different from the material body. And when further advanced, he comes to the knowledge of the impersonal Brahman and Paramatma. But when one is fully purified, he realizes that his constitutional position is to be the eternal servant of God. So, by association with the pure devotees and inquisitive, the distress and the seeker after the material amelioration, the men in knowledge all becomes themselves pure. But in the preparatory stage, the man who is in full knowledge of the Supreme Absolute Truth is at the same time executing devotional service is very dear to the Lord. He who is situated in pure knowledge of the transcendence and of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is so protected in devotional service that material contamination cannot touch him. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshul Militan Yena Tasmai Sri Gurve Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Jatapada Kamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavauscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitantam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanvitauscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchan Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namaha Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Sarasate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Tesham Jnani Nitya Yukta Eka Bhaktir Vishishate Priyo hi Jnani no Atyatha such a man Priya. Of this, the one who is in full knowledge and who is always engaged in pure devotional service is the best, for I am very dear to him and he is dear to me. So, four kinds of people approach Lord Krishna. Chaturvida bhajante mam janaha sukritino arjun. And they are sukritis. They have done some meritorious activities in their previous life. Krishna remembers. So in the next birth, they will be naturally inclined to worship Lord Krishna. All right? Devotional meritorious activity doesn't mean that the next life is always without any problems. Otherwise, those sukrutis, those who have done some good meritorious activities, how come they end up worshipping Krishna in four different categories? That is to be thought-provoking. Artha means dukhi, one who is in miseries. Artharthi means he is in want of material facilities. Then jigyasu, inquisitive, and those who are situated in perfect knowledge of Krishna and worshipping him. So they come to Krishna. It's not that, because he doesn't have anything to strive, because they are unlucky or whatever it is. They are poor. They are miserable. Now, why do they turn to Krishna? Even though they are in not normal shape, worse shape. Because their previous meritorious activity brought them to worship Krishna, but material activities were not being much endowed with them. Like Sudama, he was very pauper, but yet his pure devotional service brought him to become a friend of Lord Krishna in his childhood. So, devotional merit has nothing to do with material nature. Devotional service is independent. It does not depend upon our material conditions. And if we act in that fashion without, say, conditioning our becoming a devotee, conditioned devotee, oh, because I'm working, I cannot worship. Oh, because I'm doing this. Now, that conditioning is not an applicable thing. Now you can worship. You don't have to give up anything to worship Krishna. But unless and until you have some inclination by previous meritorious activities that you are naturally leaning towards the worship in whichever circumstances you may be passing through. Those who are in knowledge, but they may be poor. Brahmins are supposed to be in knowledge, but their life is poor. They say, oh, Bhrigu Muni gave the curse to Lord Vishnu by kicking him. And Lakshmi ji could not tolerate the insult of her husband, that this so-called person kicking, my Lord in his chest. Chest of Lord Vishnu is the residence of Lakshmi Devi. So she told the Bhrigu, hey, you Brahmanas, don't look favor from me. Because of this inglorious act, I'm cursing you, that I won't stay with you for more. So even though Lakshmi comes to the Brahman, he must become charitable and give it away. If he keeps, then Lakshmi Devi will be making other arrangements that Brahman will be brought to his senses by losing everything. That is the kind of curse. The Brahmanas have to go and beg. They are not shamed. Because the devotional service is continued, they will have to have their minimum bare requirement for sustenance of their ashram. And they are satisfied. When they receive something more, they will become charitable to give away. Brahmins are supposed to receive the charity as well as give the charity. It's not one way. Because udara charitam. In the next verse, Krishna says, they are udara, they are very merciful. Udara hai sarvam evaiti jnanitvatmaiva mematam. All these devotees are undoubtedly magnanimous soul, but he who is situated in knowledge of me, I consider is just like to be my own self. Krishna says that because the character of a Brahman is udar, he is not a kanjus. He is not a miser. Brahman means Brahmajanati, and he knows the entirety of the absolute truth. And such a person, how come he be miser? So naturally, by profession, he is ending up giving charity. He teaches. He teaches. He is not charging for teaching his students, but his students are also taught similarly that let's live for the sake of Brahman. This is called Vasaudantam Gurur Hitam. For the sake of Guru, the students are taught to live for his pleasure, for his maintenance, everything the students will be taking care. They will go for madhukari, they will go for even bringing woods for cooking and helping the Guru Mata to cook for them. Brahmachari Guru Kule Vasodattam Gurur Hitam. This is the stage of learning. So they become well acquainted with the knowledge of the Absolute. Then they can take responsibility either to directly become or sannyasis, or stay Bala Brahmachari forever, or become Grahastha. They have all the three possibilities. There is no bar. And those who are Brahman and Grahasthas, they are more charitable. Because they take the responsibilities of the entire society, made up of Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Sudras, to guide them. So their lives will be also remain successful by performing the prescribed duties of their varnas and ashramas. So, ultimate aim, Krishna is telling that why they are important, because they are pleasing to him. Why they are pleasing to him? Because that is the function, to perform all the duties to please him. There is nothing to please themselves. Atah pumbi drija shrestha varnashama vibhagasha dharmasya anutishthasya samsiddhim haritoshanam. Therefore, the principle becomes that anybody in any varna and any ashram, the success of their life will be dependent how much the Lord is pleased. Haritoshanam means how much satisfied the Lord is by their living. Unless and until devotional service is taught to them or inclined to perform devotional life, not simply karmakandi is not devotion, not simply any other kind of services that they occupy, because in Kali Yuga, a Brahman may not become a Brahman by birth. You know, the disqualification of the Yuga is imposed upon him, on everybody else also. So we are all born Shudras in Kali Yuga. Only by our activity we become Brahman. And they are all munificent, broad-hearted and benevolent devotees. Oh. Yeah.
Forgive me.
Hare Krishna. So the important point is that in society, when we leave, then we have to cultivate this munificent nature. And that comes as a prerequisite of devotional service called Vaishnava Shishtachar, Vaishnava etiquette. What is the demeanor? How a Vaishnava has to be recognized, how a Vaishnava has to perform his daily activity. It's not only study of this, but it should also come in the behavior. If our behavior is not congenial to please the Lord, then everything is a failure. So we have to become very careful in devotional service. Even though we are with knowledge or a good sadhana practice, but if it is not imbibed in our character of the behavior, our character is known by the behavior. If it is not congenial behavior of being a Vaishnava, then everything will be lost. Isn't it? When wealth is lost, nothing is lost. When health is lost, something is lost. But when the character is lost, everything is lost. So, Krishna is extolling the one who is in full knowledge of devotional service and performing devotional service for the benefit of the whole society. That nature is a Vaishnava nature, and Brahmanas have to become Vaishnava. Brahmanas have to become Vaishnava. In Kali Yuga, nobody is a Brahmana by birth. But by karma we can. Janmana jayate Shudra, karmana jayate Dvija. So by our activities, we can become Brahman. And there was a time in Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, that is about 150 years back, in India, there was still some rigid system in the Brahman caste, all right? Because the glories of Brahman are there, so they were very much proud of it. Brahmanas, Krishna eats through their mouth. Means feed the Brahmanas, you will be able to please Krishna. All right? We still have rudimentary system that when anything happens good or worst in our family, we try to do Brahma Bhojan. Then they say, by feeding Brahmanas, Krishna will be pleased. But that is a fearful situation. So there was the time during Bhaktivinoda Thakur's in Midnapur district, when he was appointed as the judge, there was a big controversy happening. There was a society of Vaishnavas, the followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was there, and but there was a society of Brahmanas also there. And these are orthodox Brahmanas, and they were always confronting for the position in the society. They're saying, we are qualified. So they always claim superiority. But the Shastric injunctions are different. All right? So there was a controversy, and the controversy came to be resolved through Bhaktivinoda Thakur. He was a judge. So naturally, and he was a pious man for them, But he is so much spiritual, a realized person, that he was serving the government with these conclusive truths of the absolute nature. A Brahman like Ravana, he was born in the family of a Brahman. What made him the demon and enemy of the Lord? He was obsessed with more of passion and ignorance. He is considered to be a Rakshas. Can Rakshas be born in a Brahman family? No. So, Shastric injunction is that in the Kali Yuga, nobody will be born Brahman. Karmana jayate dvija. By his activities, he will be classified as Brahman. Not by birth. But yet, things are going on by birth, especially in Bihar. The Yadav clans, Lallu Yadav, totally uneducated, but still, by corruption and so many things, he pushed up. Finally, he acted in such a way that he has to be jailed. He is still in the jail. The qualification is the primary distinguishing factor to ascertain something. And spiritual qualifications are the highest. So Vaishnavas are with spiritual qualifications. A Brahman may not be. And yet, by birthright, they wanted to exclaim that they are superior than Vaishnavas. So this dilemma came in front of him to make a judgment officially. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur said to Bhakti Siddhanta, his son, why don't you go and handle it? So they made a big pandal, and the Brahmanas were there, Vaishnavas were there, and he was supposed to speak. So when he came, he started glorifying the Brahman community according to the qualifications that they must have. And they were all very joyful. Oh, he's speaking in our favor. Oh, look at that. So it hyped up. But after some time, now let me tell you about the Vaishnava. And Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj started the glorification of the Vaishnavas that is not available to Brahman even. A Brahman may not be worshipping Vishnu, but impersonal aspect. He doesn't know devotional service because he is engaged in karmakanda. But karmakanda is not only. Where is the upasana kand where bhakti is coming in? Ananyas chintayanto mam ye jana paryupasate. Upasate. Ananyas chintayanto mam ye jana paryupasate tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. Krishna says, I take care of them, whatever they have, I preserve it, and if they don't have anything, I will supply. The burden is on me because they are always engaged in my devotional service. Upasate. Upasana is not only ritualistic process. We are not ritualistic. Devotees are not ritualistic. They are always heading to be meditative on the aspect of service which pleases to Lord Krishna. Devotion means loving service to Lord Krishna. Love cannot be enforced. It springs from the heart. But if it is limited to the skin, then it is lust. So, love of Godhead means it's a connection of the consciousness through the supplier of the conscious. So, such acts are talked about for glorification of that. That one who is a Vaishnava, he is Vishnu Aratyate sa pantha iti Vaishnava. All right? But at the same time, Vaishnava have characteristics of paradukhe dukhi. It doesn't mean that he starts crying when somebody is having pain. No. He's compassionate. Because some person are crying out of ignorance. But a Vaishnava has to cry in love of Godhead. Vaishnava has to cry in love of Godhead. See the compassion of the Lord, that He is supplying everyone, but everyone is rejecting Him in different excuses. So, his heart is throbbing with a desire to serve the Lord, to push the cause of the Lord and please Him. That is Udar Charitra. Brahman has a Kanjus Charitra. Actually, one who is a miser cannot be a Brahman. The word miser is opposite to Brahman. And that is spoken in second chapter itself by definition of Yagyavalkya. He is talking to Gargi about the definition of it's too small.
What's 212?
This gives the definition of a Brahman, and opposite to them is a miser, Kripana. Kripana means miser. This is in the Veda, and some Upanishad has been quoted. It's very famous, but
2.10, Maharaj?
huh?
2.10.
Second chapter?
Karpanya dosu.
No, Karpanya dosha aparata svabhava dharmam pruchhami. Okay, all right.
The Krupal word is in Bhagavatam.
Hold on.
Yeah.
That's where I think Arjun tells.
Okay.
That's where Srila Prabhupada talk about miserly. That's in the purport, I think Srila Prabhupada talk about miserly.
Okay.
That's 2.7. 2.7.
2.7. Okay. Yeah, here it is. Who is the man in material perplexities? Who is confused? That don't take up the process of devotional service? It is he who does not understand the problems of life. In the Brihad Aranakya Upanishad, 3rd canto, 8th chapter, 10th verse, the perplexed man is described as follows. Yova etad aksharam gargi aviditva asmal olokan praiti sa kripanaha. He is miserly man who does not solve the problems of life as human and who thus quits this world like cats and dogs without understanding the science of self-realization. He is a miser person. Who is a Brahman? Similarly, Ya etad aksharam gargi viditva asman lokan preti sa brahmana. So Kripana and Brahmana, these are the two opposite words. Vaishnavas do not belong to both of them. They are neither miser, nor they are only ritualistics. Ritualistic. Brahmins are ritualistic. They only know the rituals, not the purpose behind it. They cannot explain much, but they practice for as the function of Brahmana is patana patana jajana jajana dana pratigraha. He studies, okay? Then he also is a teacher to make others study. Yajana yajana, they perform sacrificial fires and for himself as well as for others. He accepts the charity but also gives in charity. But most of the Brahmins in Kali Yuga, they do not give in charity. We are supposed to receive the charity. Are Baba Lakshmi Devi already, she cursed you. Then you are accepting the charity for the public, pretense. So the people who are not educated properly, they end up misunderstanding the importance of bhakti. Bhakti is very great science. Not only simply you perform, but you understand and you go back home, back to Godhead. So by performing a stage-wise process under the bona fideness, you get the desired result, which is everlasting. Pratyaksha avagamam dharmyam susukham kartum avyayam. So, the Brahmins are doubtful of the nature of the Absolute. There's a story, one time Narad Muni was curious to see who is a natural devotee. Okay? So Vishnu asked him, why don't you go and travel to the earth, go to a particular village, and there are two people that are in my mind. One is a Brahman and another is a cobbler, mochi. So Narad Muni goes to them. First he goes to the Brahman, said, oh, how are you, sir? I have been coming from Vaikuntha, bringing the message of Vishnu. The Brahman says, oh, you are coming from Vaikuntha, bringing message. I don't believe you. Huh? Narada says, no, yes, I really come from. They said, okay, tell me, what is Krishna is doing there? Oh, the Lord, what is he doing right now? He said, I will have to go and check and I'll tell you. All right? So, have faith. Till then, I come back. Then he went to the cobbler. The cobbler was a Vaishnava. He saw Narad Muni, he recognized as a saint. So by nature he would invite him, make him sit, give him water, and then ask, Prabhu, what is the reason that you appeared on your sweet will to make me purified? How can I serve you? Okay? And Narad Muni says, I have come by the order of Vishnu. Just tell, he asked me to come to your place. Oh, is that so? The Lord is very kind. He's keeping, well-wisher for everyone. I'm such a poor person, but he remembers me. That's great. So that is the behavior and glorification of the Lord and his servant, and appropriately, reciprocating with them. He wants to serve Narad Muni. Then he also asks for, oh my Lord, what is he doing? If he is remembering, then he must be very active also. Narad Muni told him, okay, I will go and find out for you. Okay? Then what is he doing at that moment? And I'll come back quickly, no problem. So that's okay. Then Narad Muni goes to Vaikuntha and tells, my dear Lord, they are inquisitive, but Brahman is doubtful. He said, what is he doing? This is Kali Yuga, and he should have come down to make his praja happy. Why he is not coming down? What is he doing? So I have to respond to him. And the cobbler is asking very politely that he is anxious, that you are remembering means you must be also not only constantly thinking of his devotees, but at the same time he is also planning. What kind of planning means? What is he doing right now? That was also the same question. But even though it is same question, one is filled with doubts and reservations and whatever it is, and anticipation of his own. Well, the devotee is telling, oh, my Lord must be very busy. But tell me, what is he doing so much? But yet he does not forget us. Krishna can come on his sweet will only. Paritranaya sadhuna vinashaya chadushkatam. Dharma sanstapna. Then and then he will come. So, okay, Narad, why don't you go again and tell them what am I doing? Tell them I am pushing an elephant in the eye of a needle. I'm very busy. I'm pushing the whole elephant in the eye of a needle. Okay. If that is the test, then it's all right. So Narad Muni came and said, Brahman said, oh, you came so fast. Tell me what my Lord is doing. He is pushing the elephant in an eye of a needle. Oh my God. The Brahman said, are you kidding me? Don't bluff. It's impossible. Elephant is so big and eye of a needle is so small. And he laughed out. You are a fake person. Don't waste my time. I'm busy in earning money. Brahman is telling, he is looking for only earning money. Don't waste my time. So the cobbler received Narad Muni. He was anxious to know what the Lord was doing. And he told the same thing. Oh, Lord is very busy in pushing a big elephant in the small eye of an elephant. And cobbler immediately jumped up and started dancing in ecstasy. Oh, my Lord can do anything. And Narad Muni said, why do you say so? What makes you so? If he can put a big whole tree within a little seed, a banyan tree, and the seeds are so small, if he can put the whole banyan tree in a seed, what is a big deal to push an elephant in the eye of a needle? And Narad Muni said, wow. He's so practical and always confident that Lord can do any damn thing. Is it not both the activities to put the seed in a big banyan tree? Seed is so small, but yet it can generate into a huge tree. So what is the big deal to push an elephant in the eye of a needle? So this is the qualification that is different. And Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj glorified the Vaishnavas, and the Brahmins could not could not defend themselves. They also agree, you are right, you are right. So in this way, he proved the glorification, but also gave some consolation to the Brahmanas, that they can develop besides this yajan. It's not only a so-called education, but practice should be there. Practice should be. A Vaishnava is a practitioner. Brahman is not a practitioner. Devotional service, generally Brahmins avoid it. Smartha Brahmanas, they become orthodox. But Vaishnavas are very much compassionate. They want to execute for the pleasure of the Lord anything that comes. So in this way we see Udar Charitra. We quote from Shastra, but does it apply to all the Hindus? I am Nija. This is mine. Paro Vetti, that belongs to you. Differentiation is there. That lagunam lagu chetasam. This becomes the mentality of those who are constricted in their heart. But Udar Charitanam Vasudeva Kutumbakam. Where is the Udar Charitra? Magnanimous heart for them. So Vaishnavas can go anywhere because they take that magnanimity of Lord Shri Krishna stored within their heart and expose it. That solves the problem. Otherwise, we are miser, wasting our life. We have to become broad-hearted. Do not get confined into nitty-gritty problems that do not make our life sustainable, and especially not at all in devotional service. If we are devotees, then we have to cultivate the Vaishnava etiquette, and that becomes Kantahar, Vaishnava Kantahar. Means the qualities of that is embedded in the mala or that Vaishnava wears. These are the characteristic. Vaishnava Kantahar means the Vaishnava etiquette. So anybody has any question or comments?
Prabhu, you say in the Kali Yuga there is no Brahman.
Yes.
Right? Yet there's the initiation to Brahman in.
That's why there is a second initiation. The Brahminical qualification, yajana, patana patan, yajana, dana pratigraha. But at the same time, the cultivation of the character has 12 more descents. Sama, Dama, Tapa, Shaucham, Kshanti, Rajavam, Evacha, Jnana, Vijnanam, Astikyam, Brahma Karma, Swabhavaja. Why would, in Kali Yuga, Brahman would accept another occupation other than the occupation of Brahman? Because that is the nature of Kali. It corrupts all the good qualities. But Vaishnava means accepting all the good qualities. All the good qualities are embedded in the personality of a Vaishnava. 26 qualities of a devotee. So, there are apparent situations that they are impersonalists also, who do not surrender to Krishna, but they surrender to some kind of unknown, not entity, but unknown Shakti. It means they are not sure. They do not want to serve eternally, therefore they want to merge their existence in Brahmajyoti.
Is that the nirvana?
Nirvana. Nirvana is atheistic. Within self, you dissolve yourself. Then there is nothing. But then a devotee is in full confidence and knowledge and in connection with Krishna. Others are not connected, so they fall off. So the system in ISKCON is a very, very authentic, scientific, and stage-wise to be performed. It gives the guarantee of very desired success. So Brahminical initiation comes after Harinam initiation. Otherwise, in the first 3 yugas, there was only Brahman initiation. But Kali Yuga is corrupting. Even otherwise, in other Varnas also, the false pride, false situation also dictates the downfall of the Kshatriyas, the Vaishyas. They are all corrupts. Shudras are completely agnostic. They are all there. But now there are more castes, aborigines or anusuchit jati. Means they have never been listed. Suchit means listed. Anusuchit means they have not been listed. So more and more jatis can be produced, manufactured. Therefore, today's Sudras are very complicated. Look at the fight in the parliament going on. Manufactured.
What is the status of the souls who seek nirvana? What is the status of the souls who seek nirvana upon passing? What becomes of them? Krishna says that as you make your spiritual progress, you will continue on. If you don't achieve it in this time, in this life, what happens to those who instead seek nirvana?
Nirvana means they are lost.
Do they achieve their oneness?
No, they believe that they get lost. There is nothing besides them, but where? No destination. There's a spiritual destination of variegatedness is there. They are not. But anyway, Buddha put that because there was abuse of the Vedic authorities. Therefore, negating the Vedic authority, where they were abusing the rampant killing of animals for the sacrificial fire in Karmakanda. So in Kali Yuga, such Karmakandas are to be abolished. The Shastra says. But yet they became, Brahmanas became meat eaters under the disguise of yagyas, performances. So, Nindasi yagya vidhe ahaha sruti jatam sadaya radaya darshita pashugatam keshavadrita buddha sharira jai jagadish hare. So, he said, okay, forget Vedas, forget these yagyas, it's not required, just meditate upon yourself. And when you are united with yourself, then you are liberated, you are this, you are that. But he's avoiding, especially hiding himself. All right? What Buddha came, and now what Buddhist became, they are all meat eaters. Today's Buddhists are all meat eaters. There is one organization called Santi Ashok in Bangkok, Thailand. And poor guys are vegetarian, but they have been ostracized from mainstream Buddhism. Okay, you are not part of Buddhism. The Buddhists were fighting with Rohingyas. Where is the peace and tranquility? Fighting begets fighting. When you are, killing the animals, you are killing the soul. So naturally, you do not have a soul that has to be killed too. Who killed more Hindus, Muslims or Buddhists? Do you have some record? When Ashok came, he spread Buddhism at the cost of Hindus. He razed all the temples, converted people into Buddhist. That is the fate. And Adi Shankar came, Lord Shiva's incarnation. He was ordained to kick Buddhism out of India. He did it. Okay? Buddhism went to Indochina, Myanmar, and Thailand, and elsewhere. But Thailand resisted Buddhism. They were Hindus. And still their heart is throbbing. So like that. When Adi Shankar kicked all the Buddhists out of India, Jawaharlal Nehru brought Buddhists and gave them shelter, the Tibetan Buddhists. They are still here. And they are meat eaters. They are privileged in India, even working against the constitution of India. So anyway, this is Kali Yuga. The only one good quality in Kali Yuga is Kirtana Deva Krishnasya Mukta Sangam Param Brajayet. Chanting of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. That will be the only. So please chant Hare Krishna and become happy. All right? If anybody has any question, again.
Guru Maharaj, you said that the Brahmins are ritualistic and you need to become a Vaishnava. So, if you look at it, so what are the qualities of Vaishnava? Even in ISKCON, we do a Brahminical initiation. So is that you need to prove yourself that you're a Vaishnava first before you get the Brahminical initiation? And how do you prevent, even after Brahminical initiation, that it doesn't...
Brahman. I can hear only one word, Brahman.
No, Guru Maharaj, you said Brahmins are ritualistic, right? And Vaishnavas are providing the devotional service. So in ISKCON, you basically have the Brahminical initiation. So, I mean, aren't you worried that they might become ritualistic as well? How do you keep them Vaishnavas?
It is good that the foundation is Vaishnava. Real Brahman is the real initiation. Brahma janati iti Brahman, then what is their progress? Why are they given access to worship the deities? There's a spiritual significance. So they must be more advanced. All right? So, one who is abiding in him and his instruction is the best. So Brahman can be engaged in devotional service directly.
Maharaj, his question is that you are saying that Brahmins are ritualistics.
Ritualistic,
Yeah.
yes.
So he said that how can we say that we are in ISKCON foundation, we are generating Brahmins after second initiation.
Right.
So he said, how can we prevent those Brahmins to become ritualistic?
Now, Pancharatriki Vidhi is not a ritual. It's not a karmakand. Difference between the Brahmins performing in the other ages was karmakand. We are not karmakandis. Why? A karmakand is performed for anybody else other than Lord Vishnu. It's called karmakand. Suppose if you do Satyanarayan Puja, even though it is worship of Lord Vishnu, but the intention is karmakand. So we do not do that. We do not perform Satyanarayan Puja. It means we are not even insulting the necessity of karmakand. No, we are upasana kand, and for the pleasure of Vishnu we perform yagyas. Only one single-minded direction is there. A devotee is directly connected with Krishna without interference of anything. But that Bhagavat Vidhi and Pancharatriki Vidhi, two are us. Vidhi doesn't mean karmakand. It's a procedure. It's called Vidhi. Pancharatriki Vidhi is meant for pleasure of Vishnu. Narada Pancharatra and other books have been written from because Narada Muni is a devotee. Why he would write only karmakanda stuff? No. But karmakanda was developed through the very first, those were sovereign rulers up to Maharaj Yudhishthir, the emperor of the whole world. For the benefit, they had to do karmakanda. For maintaining or physically maintaining the population. Prajapatis were forced to do karmakanda. But the implication is that very rare in the dynasties of the Prajapatis that has been listed with almost more than 3,000 names of individuals. Only direction of the dynasties is there any devotee born, or is there any empowered personality came as an incarnation of the Lord? These are the two only significant reasons the whole dynasties have been. Dynasties means origin of our forefathers. How the world was populated. Who was the origin? So that is in the emperorship of Manu and Shatrupa. The mankind was produced, and mankind was educated for the purpose. Manu Maharaj has two sons, Priyavrat and Uttanapad. Uttanapad was the father of Dhruva Maharaj. They were ruling the whole universe, creating the universe. Islands were separated by Priyavrata, 7 islands. So, that is all karma kanda. And in that dynasty, Prithu Maharaj is also karma. And Prithu Maharaj is ending up doing karma kanda. He was empowered result. But then Prithu wanted to perform 99 yagyas. He did it. Only the 100th one he was, and Indra became afraid of him. Because if Prithu does 100, then he has to be replaced. His position will be dull. So Indra, that is the story. Karma kanda. They will steal the horse of Ashwamedha Yajna. That is also karma kanda. So in Kali Yuga, everything is disqualification. So why people take up the position by birthright, even though it does not belong to them, by quality and activity? By quality and activity, they are not deserving. People are born in Brahman families, so-called Brahman families, but they do not know who is Brahman. They are not taught. One who knows Brahman is a Brahman. We just read. Otherwise, he is a Krupon. Brahman has a very broad-mindedness because of this particular education. So anyway, in Kali Yuga, Sarvapadir Vinirmuktam, all the designations one should become free from. Tatparatvena Nirmalam, then we will become pure. And in that state, Rishikena Rishikesam Sevanam Bhakti Ruchyate. Engage your senses in the service of master of senses, called Rishikesh. That is called bhakti. So, it's pretty clear. All our social problems and other things which are arising on the basis of false designations. It creates false ego in them. Mithya ahankar. So they create problems. And by becoming Vaishnava, the problems will automatically be gone. A Vaishnava is always respecting other Vaishnavas. Do we have fight in our homes? Misunderstandings?
All the time.
All right. But if everybody is a Vaishnava in a home, and they pay obeisances, Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Even husband and wife will be living happily by doing everyday practice. If you are in a problem, just pay your obeisances to the counterpart. It's not a laughing thing, but it is fact.
So can we do Aarti Guru Maharaj?
Huh?
Narsingha prayer?
Huh?
Can we do a Narsingha prayer?
Okay. Namaste Narasimhaya. Tu kar. Namaste Narasimhaya. Pralhadaladaine. Pralhadaladaine. Hiranyakashi Purvakshaha. Shilatana Khana Khalaye. Ito Nasimho Parato Nasimho. Jato yato yami tato Nasimho. Bahe Nasimho Hridaye Nasimho. Narasimha Madim Sharanam Prapadye. Tavakara Kamalavare Nakham Advuta Simham Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanu Bringam Kesavagrika Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare. Tavakara Kamalavare Nakham Adbhuta Simham Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanu Bringam Kesavagrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Haribo, 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 Nitai Gaura Haribo. Jaya Mushabad Paramahamsa Paribhrajagacharya Stattar Sata Srimad. His Divine Grace Srila Bhai Charana Arvind Bhaktivedanta Swami Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande. All glorious assembled devotees. All glorious assembled devotees. All glorious assembled devotees. Glorious to Shri Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga.
His Holiness Vedavyasapriya Swami Maharaj. Thank you, Guru Maharaj. It was wonderful class. Wonderful class, wonderful association. Thank you so much for giving us the time. We all had a very nice association with you, and we are very thankful to you for all that. So, Prashad.
उधर रूम में
Yeah. Yeah. No, yeah.
बंद कर दो कोई बाद में मैं एडिट कर सकता हूँ अभी तो खाएगा ना इसके ऊपर